Hey friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Rebecca Austin with Strive for Savvy, and on this channel, we talk about all things Kajabi, marketing, and growing your online business. Now, in the forums and on the Kajabi Facebook group lately, there's been a lot of talk, it seems like, on the checkout page. And what do you do when someone tries to buy something but they've already bought from you before? Now, Kajabi does have a really great fail-safe system that if they're already in the system, they need to log in first so that you don't end up with a bunch of duplicates in your system. And that is actually a good thing, because otherwise it would get really confusing if someone were to purchase multiple things and then they would be in your system on other as a different person, and that can really mess things up with your analytics. So to get around that, the Kajabi does require that if the email address is already in the system, then Kajabi is flagged that they would need to log in first before they can purchase something else. Now, for some people, that can be a little bit confusing, and we want to eliminate as much confusion as possible whenever someone is purchasing, because as you know, whenever there's confusion or if there's a challenge, sometimes we can lose sales, and we definitely don't want to do that. So to work around that, I've come up with a little bit of a solution, because I found that inside Kajabi, there are tons of different customization options, and there's a lot of different ways that we can go about still getting our goals accomplished and yet not have to go through a bunch of custom coding and things like that. So let me show you how I set up my offers to be able to eliminate some of that confusion and make it easier for someone to purchase when they want to purchase your program. Okay, so let's jump on in. Now, when we are inside Kajabi, of course, you find your offers by going from your main menu under products, and you can go to offers. Otherwise, from the Kajabi assistant, you can just type in offers or just click on assistant and it'll bring up your basic menu, which then you can go right into your offers. When we select the offer that we want to be working on, one of the things, of course, is going into our checkout, because remember, with your offers, there's two sides to every offer. There's your settings side, which is this part right here, and this is where we have our products that are included. You can have what happens after it's purchased, if you have an upsell, the automations that happen, and then what happens after purchase. So all of these are our basic settings. But then the other side of it is the actual checkout, and inside the checkout, there's actually two different designs. So if we have it on the new checkout design, which is up here on the top where there's a toggle, there's two different ways that you can have it look. So there's the one way, the new design, which is the default design, is where you have a banner at the top that, of course, you can turn off. We have our description that goes here in the center, and our title, our pricing, all those kind of things will show up here in the center. Now, if we turn this off, you can actually get what they call the old design, which puts most of your information over here on the right-hand column, and then it prompts you first, before doing anything else, to enter your email address, and if they already have an account, to sign in first. So we find that with those offers that you may have had people already purchase something in the past, maybe it's one of your Ascension model or your upsell or your higher price items as not your entry point, there's a good chance that they've already purchased from you at some point before. So you can do one of two things. One is, of course, you can just use the off section and use this particular design so that when they go to the checkout page, the first thing they see is an option to sign in. The other thing that you can do, though, is that if we go to, and you really want this design, because you like the way it looks, or you want it to have more editing capabilities, and you just like it better with the options where the description is on the left and the sign-in stuff is on the right, then you can keep this particular design, but this is the workaround that I have come up with. all you have to do is create your offer, and you set up everything the way you want it. You put your description in here. We set up our terms and conditions, our primary service agreement. There's another video on YouTube where I talk about how I set this up so that we don't have to worry about them subscribing to marketing emails. I'll put a link with this video to show you that video. And what we do then is that you have a service agreement instead of the subscribe to marketing emails. Because if someone forgets to click that marketing email option, then they're not on your subscriber list, and that creates another set of problems. So the workaround that I've created on that particular situation is to create your custom service agreement where they basically understand that they're being subscribed, and then we change our marketing settings to automatically subscribe them. But to stay compliant, we need to have this service agreement in here. So if you like this design a little bit better, where we have this on the right and we have our description on the left, the way that we can get around that is simply like what I have right here. Is I did and already have an account with us, click here. And on this click here, what we do is in the description box, we set up a hyperlink to a duplicated offer. So what I've done is I have duplicated this offer, but on the duplicated version, I switched to the old version. So this way, if someone clicks on this particular offer, or they click on this link here in the description, it will take them immediately to this checkout page where they are prompted to sign in at the top. And that way then you can still keep this pretty design on the checkout page, but then at the very top, take them to the checkout page if they already have an account. And that takes care of things. Now, how do we get this link? Well, when you've created your duplicate offer, if we go back into the settings of this offer, and of course it's going, when you duplicate, just one thing to note, it will duplicate your price, it'll duplicate your products, it'll duplicate all of these settings, but one thing it does not duplicate are automations. So when you duplicate any offer, you will have to go back in and adjust your whatever your automations are, and make sure you add those back in. Change your title so that you know which one is which, because we've duplicated. So this one, I've changed the title on the duplicated and cloned version to already have an account. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know how to clone an offer, you just go up here to more actions and then click on clone. So that's how we duplicate or clone an offer. Once we've done that and we've cloned it, we've made our adjustments, we've changed the checkout page in here to the off toggle for the different design. Then all we need to do is go up here to where it says get link. And under this get link, we just go here and copy this. Then we go back to our other offer and we highlight the section that we want, click on this little insert hyperlink here, and then insert the offer, change it to a new window, and then set it up to click here, and then click OK, and then click Save. And now we have the hyperlink set up. You can see when you hover over it, it changes, so that is a hyperlink as opposed to when you hover somewhere else. And then of course we can always go back in and test it and double check it, which I always recommend before you actually go live. That in a nutshell is just the basics on how to be able to handle that on your offers. Now, does that mean you have to duplicate every offer? Not necessarily. You would just want to clone the ones that you specifically want in the newer formatted style, that there is a high likelihood that someone may have purchased something in the past from you. So most of the time, those are going to be your upsell type offers, or anything that you create in the future after you first get started. So most of the time in our strategy, we have a low priced entry point or a free offer to get them in. You may have some different lead magnet type offers as lead generation tools. And then from there, then we strategize to get them in, and from a lead into a conversion where they actually purchase from you. And now the purchase might be a low priced entry point. But then when we start getting into our other offers and our larger price products or any of those kind of things where they may have purchased from you before, then you can start looking at creating something like this. So you can either use the old design, you can create the new design, and then have a link to the old design to prompt them to sign in. So if you think this is a great idea and you plan on using it for yourself, just leave a comment below and let me know your feedback. If you've tried it yourself, feel free to let me know as well. If you have any other questions about offers, just send them in the comments and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. If you'd like some more information about any of the offers that I use as examples here, either our Digital CEO Pro Academy, which is our monthly program where we dive deep into Kajabi and all of the things about marketing and growing an online business. Typically, it's going to be things that are filling in those gaps and those blanks that otherwise you don't otherwise learn in other places. We talk about the content marketing, we talk about webinars and how to set those up. We talk about some of these strategies in that particular program. There's also the Digital CEO in 28 Days. It's a great starting point for those that are just getting started on creating an online program because it works in conjunction with Kajabi's 28-day trial period that you can get through my partner link. So if you're interested in any of those, feel free to visit my website at striveforsavvy.com, or also you can check it out in the description below where I'll have links that'll take you there, or also to our Done For You services and other Kajabi coaching and things that we can do to help you grow your online business. So thanks so much for joining me today, and we'll see you on the next tutorial video.